Hey guys, Sean with CrossRCUS.com. A couple of guys were asking to see a little bit more detailed view of the SP4, the new release from Cross RC. So I figured what I would show you, this is one of our pre-production models we got, just to kind of show you some of the changes that were made from the pre-production to the actual production model. On this you can see the links aren't the same color. This one is, that being the B model, has the aluminum drive shafts. Obviously the C is going to have the steel drive shafts. This one, the lower suspension link or shock mounts are silver, as are the upper shock mounts in silver metal. Also, this one being pre-production doesn't have a lot of the Cross insignias on it. But for a little bit better detailed view, we actually have the new one that Bob from Cross RCUS is building. So to give you an idea of what the chassis actually looks like, the chassis rails themselves are the exact same ones as the SG4 and SR4 models. Biggest difference here is the lower rear links, which are longer than the stock one. This is the C model, so it's going to have the aluminum axles in it. The new shocks for the SP and FRS models, these are actually 70 millimeter shocks versus I believe the other ones are 90 millimeter. Again, on the C model you get the steel transfer case, steel transmission, but you can kind of see how the truck is actually assembled. A couple of cross members here, the actual skid plate, the drive shafts, the way they come off of the motor, the split for the transfer case. Kind of neat the way the motor is mounted actually at an angle. If you get the C model with the engine cover, the engine display piece, like you see on here, you can just barely see the end of the motor sticking up right here. That's because most of this is going to be covered. Also on the C models, again, front axle is aluminum. CVDs are not included, but that is an option you can find on the website. It does actually have a axle mounted steering servo, same as the SGs. One of the other hop-ups we offer right now are these steering stops. These are a CNC machine threaded steering stop that just screws right in front of your bearing carriers to keep you from overextending the stock dog bone axles or CVDs if you decide to do those. As you can see on here, the front wheel well liners are an integral part of the shock tower on the front. These are steel rock sliders, and on this being the production unit, the rear shock mount and lower shock mount are finished in black. But just to give you a basic overall view of the truck, you can see how everything works. I mean, the newest thing now is these will all come with a center chassis stiffener kit. That was something that wasn't available originally on the SGs. It was an option, but it came with the bearings that you see on this truck here. It came with the bearings for the roller part of the center chassis stiffener. Some guys like that, some guys don't. Give you an idea of the front, this is just something we recommend doing. Some guys actually suggested it to us, so we've started doing it too, is wrapping something around the spring clips on the axles. It keeps it from snapping the spring clip off and then losing the drive pin. One thing you do want to do when you buy any one of these kits, most of them will come with the axles pre-assembled, but you do have to shim it. It's in the manuals. I know a lot of people aren't doing it right now, but we do actually suggest shimming the differentials just to give you a better and longer drivetrain life. Plus you want to grease them. They might have a little bit of grease from the factory, but probably not enough to be sufficient for actual everyday use. This also gives you an idea of the rear bumper mounts. As you can see on here, this has the rear bumper with the trailer hitch that actually bolts right to the chassis rail. So you can kind of see on this one how it actually attaches. It just slides in between the chassis rails, gets screwed in from the side. Same as the front bumper. slides in, gets screwed in from the side. This is where your front lights are. This little plate up here, that is an integral part again of the front wheel wells and the shock tower, is actually where Cross recommends you put your speed control and receiver. The Cross speed controls are waterproof, LiPo compatible. So that's kind of just a general overview of the SP4. Let me know if you guys have any questions on it. As for a little bit of a treat, I also want to show you what the FR looks like really quickly. This is the FR4. Some of these might be options. Some of them might be included like in the kit, like the roof rack. Again, the snorkel typically is not included. Spare tire carrier. But to give you an idea what these look like underneath, full Lexan body. The FRs are going to come with full length running boards and fully integrated rear as well as front wheel wells. Again, this is basically the same chassis as the SGs as far as the actual steel chassis part itself. It's all the same. Same transmission mount, same motor, same body mounts in the front as the SG right now. New mounts for the battery tray to mount the battery lengthwise. Underneath it, it's exactly the same. This one doesn't have the chassis stiffener kit because this is the way the FR is probably going to come. And then again, this being a B model has the plastic axles and aluminum wheels. These should be a pretty good seller for us too. They're pretty popular trucks. If you guys like this, let us know. These are also on order, and we should have these next week. I know there's been some concern because we had the SPs on pre-order for quite a while, and there has been some other trucks that have been on pre-order for a while that we haven't got. Part of that is with the unfortunate fires in California right now, the priority shipping has been given to like places like Walmart and Home Depot, things like that. So they have priority shipping for their products, which means the rest of us kind of have to sit and wait. We are expecting them in this week. Obviously that didn't happen, plus the holiday middle of the week didn't help. So hopefully we should have these and the SP4s next week. I know we do have several of you guys waiting for them. They're on pre-order. We'll get them out as soon as we can, as well as some other Cross RC vehicles and other orders. We'll get to those as soon as we can. If you guys like this stuff, let us know. Any questions, give me a ring. I'll try to answer any questions you guys have on the Cross trucks. Otherwise, this is Sean from Cross RC US. Thanks guys. Have a good one.